Hey guys, Bearded Bricks bringing you guys another set review today. I know you guys may have saw the short that I released just the other day, but today we're going to be reviewing those two sets, 75386 and 75373, which is these two Mandalorian Season 3 sets. The first set that we have here is going to be the Ambush on Mandalore Battle Pack, which just comes with two figures for the bad guys and two figures for the good guys. And then additionally, we have the bigger box, which is a little bit more expensive, which comes with four figures as well, which is Paz Vizsla and Moff Gideon Battle. Obviously, both of these scenes come from the very end of Season 3 of The Mandalorian, where the Mandalorians are ambushed and on the cliffside within Mandalore as they find out that the Imperials have taken over the planet. And then the tragic scene of when we lost Paz Vizsla during his confrontation with the Praetorian guards, and more importantly, Moff Gideon in his Mandalorian armor. The set itself is $40 for the larger set and $20 for the smaller set. Both of them did release this year, May 1st. And this set actually comes with some really cool features I want to touch on just before we get into the figures, and then we'll get into my final. One of the really cool features of this set, much like the Cantina that came out several years ago, the set is modular. You can actually, inside the instructions and on, I believe on back of the box, no, it's not advertised on the box. I don't know why it is, because on the Cantina 4 that released earlier this year, it is advertised in the box. But on this set, in the instruction manual, it shows you that you can actually combine the battle pack together in an infinite amount as you go down the cliffside. Additionally, you can also combine multiple of these Moff Gideon duels as well. On the inside and on the far side, there are these little clips. I'm gonna try to hold up for you guys to see here. We got one clip right here, and then we have another clip right here. And all that happens is for them to attach, you just slide both of these together, and they are part of the same set now. You can now have a battle with all of your figures that you have. I have seen some people online combining two of the Moff Gideon gates and having a double gate, which I think is pretty neat. And obviously getting multiple named characters is, you know, as many Lego collectors have already said before, I'm not going to beat the horse dead here, but there's a large part of the community that doesn't like getting a lot of named characters in the same sets. They're going to buy multiple, which is why this battle pack, honestly, for 20 bucks, it's a little high priced. I would say maybe like $15. You guys can get this on rebate. The build isn't a lot to it. It's a lot of rock pieces, and slopes. We've seen a lot of this before from similar sets like the Hoth battle pack that was released 2 or 3 years ago now. And it's very much what you're buying is you're buying it for the figures. We're going to go through the figures of both sets, and then we'll get into the builds of each set from what little bit there is. I'll give you guys a little bit more detail in those, but it'll be pretty quick. All right, guys, so going through the named figures first in this set, we have Paz Vizsla. He has a little backpack, as you guys can see here, and his minigun that is very iconic for all 3 seasons of the show. He does not have a face print, unfortunately. It's just you used a standard black headpiece. But he does have the same shoulder piece that he had in this Mandalorian Season 2 set, as well as the same designs on the arms and torso and legs. So pretty standard figure. I mean, people who bought that older set are going to be pretty upset that they re-released this, but I think it is pretty cool that we get more of this figure. The next figure we have here is going to be Moff Gideon. So we get the same helmet mold from the Season 3, if you guys remember back to the Season 7 Attack or Battle on Mandalore set that came with Gar Saxon. And we get the same sort of helmet mold for that, which is nice. You get a helmet here for Moff Gideon. And the really neat thing about this is that he actually has 2 facial features, 2 facial emotions, which is pretty cool. Sometimes for these named figures, we only get 1 standard emotion, and he also comes with his hairpiece as well, which you guys can push on either side. The only thing that I find very disappointing in this is that we did not get a sword or anything to take the place of the Darksaber that Mando had in this, whereas he did have, I believe, a saber in this, or like a sword. So kind of weird. Would have liked that additional feature, at least to give him a weapon, even if it was like a staff or something that wasn't actually in the show. The next figures we have are going to be getting into some of the copy paste characters, or just generally the characters that don't have faces or like any identity. We have the first Praetorian Guard here with the shock baton. As you can see with this, he has a red headpiece, so it just matches the rest of his gear. I think that the helmet mold is actually kind of weird looking. Something about it just seems off. I'm not sure what it is. And here is a better look at the second one that has the double-bladed shock baton or shock staff. Same headpiece, but in same torso and arm from leg printing. Just generally, just again, the helmet just sits in a weird place for me, but you might enjoy it more than I do. Getting into the reason why you're going to be buying the battle pack is we have the 2 Mandalorians. They do not have any like actual face texture similar to the guards. They just have the standard black headpiece. We got jetpacks on the back for both of these guys. There are actually attachments and antenna that come with this. They just have a tendency of falling off, so I just don't put them on for these kind of videos. We get 2 blasters for each one. And the last reason you're going to be buying the battle pack is for these Mandalorian or like Beskar Imperial Stormtroopers. And I think that they are such a cool, like detailed figure to be getting in this set, especially for this price point. I think it's awesome to have a new army that people can collect and build. Something I forgot to mention that also goes with Moff Gideon as well is that on the back of these Stormtroopers and on Moff Gideon himself, these new jetpacks actually have a place for a 1x1 stud. In this instance, all 3 of these figures have custom printed studs that don't show up in any other set anywhere else. I'm excited to see what LEGO does with these jetpack pieces going forward with other figures. Maybe new backpacks for clone troopers. Definitely becomes something really cool, especially for like your Commander Cody or anyone that wears a backpack that you guys don't have. Overall though, the figure selection from both these sets, in my opinion, the battle pack for 20 bucks comes with the best bang for your buck. You get 4 figures and they're all completely unnamed and they're perfect for arm building. You get 2 of each figure from each side, so you can just buy, 10 of these and then you'll have 20 and you can have a small little army. Especially for 20 bucks, when you guys get this on rollback at Walmart for $15, that's a huge win. But yeah, the figures are pretty cool. I mean, no matter which set you guys buy, both of these sets of figures is always going to be cool. All right, guys, so turning to the builds for both of these sets, we're going to go through the battle pack first. Like I mentioned, there isn't much to it, but they do try to incorporate some play features into this set. So first things first, we have this ammo crate, which is also shared with the other set as well. Inside of it, there are 2 thermal detonators, the ones we're used to from most of the other LEGO sets we've seen. And there's a cool little design here for a mechanical wall that's supposed to be like, it's part of the integrated Imperial base on Mandalore. So they very managed to make that feature with the limited parts they had. Additionally, on the backside, you can see here, there's a blaster hidden for our heroes to use to fight back these troopers. And then an additional thing that was included was, since these Imperial troopers have jetpacks, we obviously get this translucent clear piece for them to grab somebody, and on the back of their legs, you just kind of stick it on the back and they are floating in the air. I think that's pretty cool as far as a feature. It would have been nice to get like 1 or 2 more of these that we could just put up and down, kind of how we used to get those with the staff for the droids, where it was just kind of something that would sit off of the set. But overall, the battle pack does have a nice little build, and if you buy enough of these, you more than likely can make something pretty cool as far as like a structure or a smaller play piece. Now, the last build, obviously, you're paying more money, $20 more. You're supposed to be getting value for this, and I do think there actually is some value here. So not only do you get the stud shooters on top here, I fire these, boom, they're gone. Standard, blasters that we're used to, but the turret is well designed. If you wanted to pull it off, you can quickly just do this and place it wherever, place it on the ground. You can put a Mandalorian or another person up here fighting, make it more like a watchtower. So definitely a cool feature there. The gate actually does open, and when it opens, it actually, if I hold this piece, it will actually stay up. So I think that's pretty cool if you wanted to recreate this scene with Mando or all of his Mandalorian troopers coming through the gate, and then all of a sudden, you know, you move this piece and it falls and they're trapped, and you know, you want to recreate that scene from season 3. I think they capture that really, really well. You also get a lamp here if you guys want to light the brick up as well. And you also get one of those ammo crates that holds the grenades, like I mentioned previously. This set also has a ton of studs for your figures to stand on for this simulated battle that you're going to be having. I do recommend whenever you guys build with sets like this, I recommend you guys get a base plate. It just makes building a little bit better. So that way you guys, if you buy a bunch of these, you can put the pieces where you want and make it more of a realistic battle. Showing you guys the backside of how this is built, it's very straightforward. This gate operates by this hinge lever piece. So if I hold this and pull the gate up and let go, it will hold it in place by the Technic build that is very minimal, but gets the job done right here, just latching onto the bottom of this gate. And then if I ever want to move it, I can just take this and push this up and it goes. Very easy, very simple, gets the job done. Like I said, I think the really big part about this set and the battle pack is that there's so little that goes into this set, both of them, but they make use of their piece count extremely well. Like on the front side of this, just looking at this is a great display. I think the door looks great. I think the rock foundation and the platforms they used and all the smaller pieces for decorating just look really good. Additionally, one thing that is really cool, like I mentioned, is you're able to combine these sets, just sliding these 2 pegs together, and you know, you got a small little wall for them to run out the side of to continue fighting, or moving into the other side, you can see that you have another piece as well that, you know, there's a lot of modularity potential with this set. A lot more than there was, at least in my opinion, than with the Tantive 4 that was released this year. But I'd love to hear what you guys think about this. Personally, I think this set is worth it. I think if you're going to get one Moff Gideon set, do that, and then buy as many battle packs as you want to have to recreate those scenes from Season 3 of Mandalorian. But I'd like to hear from you guys. I want to know what you guys think about this set. Do you think it could have been better? Do you think they should have included one additional Mandalorian or Stormtrooper? Do you think the Praz Vizsla versus Moff Gideon duel is a good set? Or do you think they should have included the screen-accurate 3 Praetorian Guards, or given Moff Gideon a weapon that was in that scene? I'd love to hear what you guys think down in the comments. Again, they're totally worth it. Buy them. Don't forget to like, subscribe for all notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next one.